Hello there, gang, and welcome to another episode of Displaying Model Behaviour, the Earth's mightiest action figure video podcast. So take off your pants, crack a beer, and let's talk toys. Let's talk about the death of Marvel Legends. Rest in peace, Hasbro. The party's over. Pick up your coats. Time to leave. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. Or is that the case? Yeah, I'm here to say that actually, you know what? I don't think this is the death of Marvel Legends. They're taking a little bit of a rough pounding, misses, in the press at the moment. When I say the press, I mean the Facebook groups because of the price hikes. But what does this really mean in the long term for our collections and our love for the franchise? It's a sticky, nutty, chewy, chocolatey problem. So let's talk about it. The main thing is, Hasbro Pulse last week was really big. We had some amazing reveals, arguably one of the best pulses they've done. And they've done some good pulsating over the years. But this time with the releases of the amazing looking Spider-Man in the Spinneret 2-pack, the wonderful 15th anniversary one, just all the great stuff, the Null 2-pack, there was so much to get excited about. But on the other flip side, oh my goodness, the prices, they kind of stung. So let's address those. We got some big price tickets with items such as the Null and Venom 2-pack. That was a lofty one. And also specifically egregious, I think, was the Toad 20th anniversary figure. Considering the size of the little guy with just the price over $30, I'll say bucks because that kind of goes for pounds and dollars because it's sort of interchangeable. So many people watch these videos in the States and the UK that I just say bucks to be interchangeable. But 34, which is the price point that I've seen them selling for at various retailers, is just so egregious for a single figure that less than a year ago would have been retailing for nearly half that, £20. It's been very difficult for us to, swallow that price tag. But what is important for us to kind of consider, hopefully, is that this is Hasbro testing the waters for the high-end collector market. These are not the prices that are going to be in place for the regular Build-A-Figure waves. Those seem to be remaining consistent at around about the $22 mark, which is actually not too bad of an inflation increase. Problem with inflation, and this goes for the world over, is that the prices go up not in line with our salaries. In fact, what we earn as a household on a day-to-day basis has risen like this much while inflation has risen this much. But the fact of the matter is that that's kind of across the board. That's as economical and professional as my graphs get. Inflation has officially risen by this much, while the average household wage has risen by this much, okay? And you can take that to the bank. That's a fact right there. So we can't say that for the regular Marvel Legends Build-A-Figure figures, the price has actually gone up to a crazy amount. Where we do need to rein things in is the specialist collector market. What we're all members of. Basically, anyone who goes out of their way to watch a YouTube video about action figures, you're one of us. One of us. One of us. And that's where it's going to sting. And that's where we got to make a statement if we want to. Because Hasbro is a business. I know everyone tells me that whenever I complain about prices. They're like, well, Dave, they're not your friend. They are a business. Like, yeah, I know. And because of that, they're not interested in putting action figures in the hands of all the children around the world. No, they're interested in making as much money for as little expenditure as possible. And that's where Hasbro is. They want to see how much can we squeeze the high-end collectors for. And this is going to be a big acid test. Because actually, I was like, I'm kind of backing out with a lot of these. Normally, characters like Amazing Fantasy 15 Spider-Man, boom! Instant purchase. Even figures like Noir or Future Foundation Spider-Man, back in the day, the old Dave would have been like, well, hey, come on, you want to have the expanded collection. But now I'm actually saying, no, you got to put on the brakes because otherwise these prices are going to become the norm. I can't afford to spend this kind of money on a regular basis. So instead, I'm going to pick and choose what individual ones I want. I was really torn about getting the Spinneret 2-pack with Spidey. But then I thought to myself, you know what? It's actually only slightly above the price point of a regular Marvel Legend. You break it down, it's about $25 each. I can live with that, even though I think there's going to be giant landfills brimming over with Spinneret figures. It's good luck if you want to sell that one on. We'll be able to, but let's face it, people are buying that 2-pack for the nice-looking Spidey. And Hasbro knew it too. That's why they packed them together. Similarly, Null and Venom, I was really like, I've already got a Venom. Like, I'm going more classic Marvel. I don't need Null. But then my brain thought to itself, yeah, but look, Dave, you're a YouTuber. You have a responsibility, damn it! Which is the most pathetic justification for buying action figures. But when I do my top 10 Marvel Legends at the end of the year, I have a sneaking suspicion that either one or both of those are going to be in contention. I want to have them in the collection, but that is a tough price point to match. So essentially, we got to pick and choose. And that's what I'm saying. Marvel Legends is going to adapt to the market. So if the market tells them that people don't want to buy action figures at this price and they don't change the price, then it'll be the death of Marvel Legends. But if we just pull back the reins a little bit and pick and choose a little bit more, which quite frankly, it's not even a question of us making tough choices. It's just like, we got to, because we gotta eat and pay rent. Hasbro, you maniacs. So with that in mind, I think the balance of the market is going to find its adjusting sort of levels. People are saying, oh, they're pricing kids out of, action figures. Well, yeah, that's always been the case, unfortunately. At least over the last 10 years or so. Back when Toy Biz were making Marvel Legends and they were like $7 each, yeah, a parent would buy those for their kids. And that was indeed the golden age. But now with shipping containers being about 5 times more expensive to transport goods, which is just the nightmare that we're currently dealing with, and plastic going up and this and that, it's just a case of the market has to adapt to it. And unfortunately, we have to adapt to the market, but we can't make it too easy for Hasbro. And that's why we've only got to spend our money on the real gem type items. So I kind of hope that some things like the inverted Future Foundation Spider-Man, I hope that warms pegs, because then they'll be like, we can't just release like a kind of a nothing figure for, that kind of money because people don't want them. But I'm not chastising you if you do. More power to you. There's something for everyone out there. And finally, we've got the issue of the cardboard boxes without the plastic so you can't see what's what. In recent interviews, the Hasbro team have been saying that they've changed various production facilities and QC issues should be less than they have been. The proof is going to be in the pudding, but they have been rolling out the windowless boxes slowly with troop builders and with the animated X-Men figures, so it's not like this is a complete change across the board in an instant. Oh, I actually got a click out of that. So hopefully this has been like a testing phase, and now that they're confident that no, we can do this without too many QC issues or problems, now they're putting it into action. Is it going to yield dividends? Well, that's what we're going to find out. But what I do know is that I'm going to be along for the ride. So guys, that's my take on the death of Marvel Legends, or not, as the case may be, but certainly the changing in consumer spending, certainly as far as mine goes. So guys, thanks very much for watching, and until next time, keep displaying model behavior.
Coffee, big time coffee.